Hello, 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 hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Hope everyone's had a fantastic day. What is it even today? It's Monday. Is it Tuesday? It is Monday, isn't it? It is Monday, the 25th of August. Less than a week left in the transfer window. Well, a week, let's just put it that way. And of course, Arsenal, making some questionable decisions, some interesting decisions. We are linked with another center back / left back in Hincapie from Bayer Leverkusen, which would be very interesting if we sign him. Obviously, Kivior is linked with moves away. We have some news regarding Saka because it has been confirmed that he's going to be 4 weeks out. And of course, the big thing still stands. Last week of the transfer window. So we're going to talk about all that. So smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new around here. And of course, leave your thoughts down the live chat so we can tackle them, we can discuss them, and we can have some opinions shared around in terms of those. Big up Hyper Protagonist. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Big up Sean. Hope you're doing well today. I'm doing great. I'm a Geordie. I'm a Magpie today. Come on, Newcastle, do us a favor. Well, we'll see. I catch the first 25 minutes of the game. It was very interesting. I'm not going to lie. It looks very scrappy. Liverpool are a bit reckless. They're a bit vulnerable defensively. I'm not going to lie. Newcastle, they are struggling in the attack, even though they're creating chances. And I'm not going to lie. No matter how much vulnerable Liverpool looks in the defense, going to Anfield and going 2 weeks later to St. James Park, 3 weeks, sorry. Well, in game weeks wise, because there's international break in between. I'm not looking forward to it one single bit, at least looking from it at this stage, at least, because so far it's looking a bit cagey. Let's just put it that way. Big up Godfrey. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Big up Andrew. Seems like everyone is busy with the new Newcastle-Liverpool game. Pretty entertaining, that one, to be fair. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting game. It's very cagey, very entertaining, rough, like you would expect. Let's just put it that way. The question is, who will strike first? Because if Newcastle score first, it could get very wild. It could become the most boring game in the world. At the same time, it could become one of the best games in the world. If Liverpool score, well, it could get even more crazy because Newcastle should come out of the shell and everything. It could be quite nuts. Big up Jay. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Big up Dio. Bert is cooking. And now question just how incompetent Edu was. Kind of need to start questioning those decisions, doesn't it? Need to start questioning Edu Gaspar in this regard, because what Bert at the moment is pulling off in this window, signing potentially 7-8 players, obviously sales, that's a bit of an Edu mess up he needs to basically get out of. But it raises big questions, to say the least, because personally I don't believe that Edu would get Gyökeres over the line, as they maybe even over the line on players like that. Big up Beggy, hope you're doing well today. I need Elanga to score. I need Wirtz and Salah to do something this game for me. Those are the two last hopes for this nightmare of the week, game week in FPL. Big up AJ. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Big up Henning Gunnar. Hope Monday has treated you well, my guy. Please, people, like and subscribe. We are, I think, about 14 subscribers away from 900, from the big 900. So if you haven't already, subscribe and smash the like button as well. I think there are much more serious matters need to be discussed. Your FPL progress, for one. It is a nightmare. I'm not going to lie. I haven't even checked today how many points any of those two guys have gone, but it's not looking great. It genuinely is not looking great. Wirtz at the moment is on 1 point, and Salah also is currently on 1 point. So it's definitely not looking great. So I have some hopes, but I'm not looking forward to them one single bit. Even though I have more points than the average. Whoa, camera just did a mezza. Even though I have more points than the average shows on FPL, at least at the moment, and by a mile, to be honest, I'm a bit worried. Not gonna lie, I'm very, very worried. I think we might do tomorrow an FPL stream where we'll literally rebuild the squad fully to some extent. We'll see how that goes for us, whether I decide to not, but could happen tomorrow. Literally could happen tomorrow. I just played 1.5 hours of street football, 1:14:11. Dude, that sounds like fun. You are a defender, or you scored some goals as well today, huh? Are you a defender, or you scored as well? I'm actually confident about going to Etihad. City look poor, and I think Wolves will get relegated, most likely, Sean thinks. Made them look better than they are. I can see that. I definitely can see that. I can see that 100%. The thing is, though, Arsenal, when they go to Etihad, they park the bus, which is really annoying. I just wish Arsenal actually changed tune for a bit and just surprised City and just went for it at the Etihad. We haven't done it whatsoever at all. We mostly park the bus and try to hit them on counters and pounce on the chances. So, yeah, that is a bit of a worry, but overall, we'll see. Big up, 887 subs. We're on 887 subscribers. Big up to you all. Big up to you all. 13 away from big 900. Come on, people, get subbing. Been lovely Sunday, bank holiday Monday here in London. Managed to get out and about and get some rays. Nice, it's nice. I'm happy that you have sun because I have literally one of the biggest rainstorms I have seen in months here, so it's not looking too great. Plus, it's only 11 degrees outside, so it's not. It doesn't feel like summer still whatsoever. Let's just put it that way. I don't know how I'm in the same league called Panic Buy, and I'm second there, and I don't know how I got into that league. Well, you're second, so might as well. You're GK, nice. 11 goals conceded though. Yeah, not that good. At least you won though. For all their huff and puff, Newcastle not scored yet. Yeah, Newcastle haven't, but Liverpool are about to score. From what I gather, by looking at this attack, Liverpool looks like they will score in a second. Wait, let me check. I want to see the Liverpool goal. Liverpool are about to score. I really hope it's Salah or Wirtz. I'm not gonna lie. I really hope it's Salah or Wirtz who scores that because I need points. I need points desperately. So Liverpool are about to score. I want to see who scores. Give me a second, people. Give me a second. I'm watching the game live, obviously, so I want to see. Okay, let's see. Nice Jones, but looks of things. Oh, that was a foul. I'm not gonna lie. Gravenberch, he shoots and a goal. Gravenberch scores. Gravenberch makes it 1-0 for Liverpool. More points down the drain. Happy days. Lovely 28 degrees. Dude, you're lucky. You're hella lucky because I'm nowhere near that here. This is a broken record for some people. I'm not Manx and Tottenham probably should be worried about. It's how we play. Yeah, that is the broken record thing because for me personally, the big six teams, so-called ones, are not that big of an issue because obviously we all know that at home we are most strong against them. Going away as well in recent years like Spurs, we have been decent. At United as well, we saw this season as well. For me, the issues are always the Etihad, Anfield, and of course, then we got, in recent times, St. James Park, and of course, then some of the smaller teams that always somehow manage to get one over us. Always somehow manage to get one over us. I'm not gonna lie. So those are for me the biggest worries. There you go. 1-0 Liverpool, easy for them. It didn't look too easy. Like Pope didn't even react, to be honest, to the shot. Big up Royston, big up Marshall. Arsenal have gone transfer crazy. I love it. Yeah, I'm saying I love it as well. As long as we sell some players as well, I will be over the moon. What's your opinion on the Eze signing? Specifically, that he called Arteta before the meeting and that it may have had an impact on bringing him to us. I'm kind of surprised, but I'm not surprised because Arsenal have been talking to Eze's camp and Eze for a month. Obviously, they didn't do anything with Crystal Palace by putting in a bin, but they've been talking, obviously. Eze obviously is a lifelong Arsenal fan. He was in our academy, so if he had to choose between Spurs and Arsenal, it would always be Arsenal. Let's be real. The thing is, though, the fact that he even called just before he had to sign, kind of, for Spurs, just showed that how much he wants to play for Arsenal. Obviously, it helped that Havertz's injury played a massive role. Mikel Arteta, it was talking that Mikel Arteta said to Eze that they're going to have an emergency meeting and they will decide. After the meeting, he already had time pretty much. So in those terms, I'm happy because Eze showed that he wants to play for this club. And Mikel Arteta always reiterates this, that he wants to sign players who wants to play for the club. And if you move like basically Eze did, right? Like, let's be real, there's no more indication that you want to play for the specific club, especially given the fact that he called Arteta himself. It was like his agent called or something. It's Eze himself who called. As I said, Newcastle, all half and puff, and no end product. Yeah, they missed Isak big time. Let's be real, replacing Isak for them, if he leaves or doesn't leave, if there is broken trust and he's not going to play, Gordon at striker is not going to cut it. Barnes at left wing, as decent as he is, he's not going to cut it long term. So they need to get a bagsman. They desperately need to get a bagsman. And I think that will be the Newcastle's biggest downfall because defensively they will do the job. Let's be real. The issue will be the attack. Just like for Arsenal, we just got more quality in the attack and corners, and that's how we got ahead, obviously. But overall, yeah, it is what it is. A bit of a deflection, yeah, a tiny bit. It does look like Berta is preparing for the next manager. To some extent, I agree with that. I'm 100% agreeing with that. Yes, at the moment, it looks like Berta is basically putting, at least from my point of view, the club in a win-win situation. Because with all the players we have signed, or potentially are going to sign still this summer window, if we win, fantastic. It's a win for the club. It's a win for the fan base. It's a win for everyone. If we screw it up, Arteta goes, and it's the next manager basically have better pool of players to work with and figure stuff out. So in those terms, it's kind of a win-win. I'm not gonna lie. I think, if we get Hincapie, surely Kivio's gone, and hopefully Zini. Yeah, it looks that way, but I was kind of shocked that I saw the Hincapie links today, because they will literally, I read that from Fabrizio Romano, Spurs are approaching Bayer Leverkusen for Hincapie, right? And then literally 20 minutes later, David Ornstein tweets out that Arsenal are talking to Hincapie. And the most nuts part is, right, that Hincapie prefers Arsenal once again. This is what I read first, right, that Spurs want Hincapie, right? They were talking about a loan deal with obligation to buy for 60 million and everything, right? And then 20, 30 minutes later, David Ornstein comes out with this. Arsenal are working to sign Piero Hincapié. Bayer Leverkusen subject for the exit, 23-year-old defender. Bayer, of course, they have very good window by Leverkusen, so they definitely have obviously good situation in terms of money, in terms of everything, right? And now it looks like Hincapie actually wants Arsenal. That is the nuts part. Hincapie is fully sold on Arsenal's project, and I like Hincapie as well. People may not know this, people may disagree with me on this, but I really like Hincapie. I really like him. He's a left-sided center back. He's also can play left back. He has very good injury history. He hasn't been injured pretty much whatsoever. And he likes to push forward. He likes to distribute the ball. He can drive with center back. Let's just put it this way. He is much more comfortable on the ball, specifically, than Gabriel, for example. Obviously, defensively, Gabriel is better. But in terms of ball control, passing, distribution, to a very big extent, Hincapie is better, at least in my opinion. And here is the case. Arsenal have made their approach to the agent of Piero Hincapié and are talking to players' representatives. They have not approached Bayer Leverkusen as of yet with official bid. They have only informed Leverkusen of their interest. For Arsenal, Hincapie depends on two factors. The first, how to sign a player, because Arsenal are not expected to buy a 60 million put 60 million on the table, which basically means Arsenal looking for different structure solutions. It's a loan with option, or in this case, I would assume obligation to buy. It would be like that, most likely. Then the other topic is exit. So basically, this, in my opinion, means Zinchenko, Kiviors, at least one of them is gone, and Hincapie would be coming in. But the nuts part is what I read from Hand of Arsenal today, right, is this. That Hincapie has requested Bayer Leverkusen to negotiate reasonably. Imagine, player himself says, you better talk to Arsenal and Andrea Berta with head and reasonably. The defender is fully sold on Arsenal's project. Like, this for me is actually kind of insane if you come to think of it. When player himself is actually demanding that the club, when they talk about selling him to Arsenal, think with their heads. Don't ask too much money. There's not enough time left in the window. And he is fully sold and he wants to join Arsenal. Like, this is a masterclass and a half, to say the least. Literally, this is masterclass and a half what Berta is pulling off here. And after that, I saw this as well. I have to talk about this because Ben Jacobs, right? Ben Jacobs, we all know he has been quite spot on this transfer window. There have been some blunders, but overall, he's been quite decent this window. And he says that around in March, that Arsenal could spend 300 million this summer. 300 million, and reiterated this number could still happen at the beginning of the window. Total Arsenal spend after basically signing Ebrecheze is 250 million. Leverkusen asking price for Piero Hincapié is around 50 million pounds. So Interesting, isn't it? It's very, very interesting in those terms. Arsenal actually have some sort of a war chest going on this summer, and actually it's visible, to be honest. If you spend 250 and you say you don't have war chest, a bit different, but if we spend 300 million in this window alone, because we don't have any repercussions and everything, it's actually kind of nuts. It's actually kind of nuts if you think about it. So in my opinion, that actually could be a very decent signing. And personally, for me, Piero Hincapié is actually a very solid business if we manage to get him over the line. Because if of all the defenders we can sign this transfer window, yeah, Hincapie would be actually the one I get more excited about. We were joking all the time in the point for laughing most of the games, and it's 3-2, but they did win in 2-1. Big up to you, big up to Martinelli is staying. It looks that way. It looks that way. It also means that if Arsenal sign Hincapie, we are not getting a left winger. We have to make amends with that. Yesterday, obviously, on the stream, we also talked about the fact that Arsenal already exploring options of playing what's its face as a left as a left winger. They're already exploring, looking at the options and possibilities. With Havertz, Trossard covering the 10 potentially if push comes to shove, right? So it will be very interesting to see how that develops and what Arteta decides in those terms, right? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. But if Kivior goes and Hincapie comes in, I will not be, let's just put it this way, I would not be displeased with that. Because if we look at this, right? Piero Hincapié, let me zoom in for you all people so you see. Piero Hincapié, right? Let me zoom in once again so it's much better. Here we go. He has won. He's a German champion with Leverkusen, obviously. He has won Deutsche Cup with Leverkusen. He has won the German Super Cup, and he has won Copa Sudamericana, right? Only 23. He's like 6'2", around that. 6'2", right? He's a center back / left back. This season, he usually plays left center back and left back. Most of the times. He's also left-footed, which, let's be real, says a lot in those terms. They only bought him for 6 million, so they're definitely going to make some massive profits on him, 100%. He's one of the main guys. He's one of the main guys specifically for Bayer Leverkusen, right? So we'll see. Let's check his overall balance. 116 games in Bundesliga, 26 in Europa League, 14 in Champions League. So it just shows that he is European proven, let's just put it that way, and he's doing a decent job in Bundesliga. He was one of the main catalysts as well for Bayer Leverkusen under Xabi Alonso in winning the Bundesliga. When they went invincible as well, then they won Deutsche Pokal. They went to the final of Europa League. Obviously, they got smashed, but it's a bit of a different story. It has to be a red card, though, doesn't it? Will it be a red card will it be a red card for Newcastle? Will it be a red card? No, it's going to be a yellow. It looks like a yellow. Looks like a yellow. Wait, let me check. No, it's a yellow on Gordon. Not going to lie, as a pass, when Gordon was at Everton, never liked the guy. Never liked the guy. Nothing personal, just seemed like a bit of a stuck-up, and it feels like he's the same at Newcastle. But that foul, dude, that should be a red, to be honest. Straight on Achilles with an open studs. Like, come on. That should be a red. Yo, VAR must turn it into a red. That's an orange borderline red. Would not be surprised if the referee gives him a red. Like, serious talk. Would not be surprised if ref gives him a red. He's probably going to look at the tapes. He should be looking at the tapes for this one, shouldn't he? Yep, he's going to look at the tapes. He's looking. Sorry, people, for the break in the stream. I just want to see what the referee is going to decide. If Gordon gets a red, yeah, Newcastle is done. But, holy crap. It looks very bad. That looks very, very bad, to be honest. From the back, straight on the muscle, just below the knee with open studs. Dude, that should be a red. I'm not going to lie. That definitely should be a red card. Oh my goodness. Dude, if it was any if it was like a weaker player, I assume he would get a red card. He would just break in half. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, people, let's see. I'm not gonna lie. If he gets a yellow, I would not be surprised. But the next foul he gives away, it should be another yellow, or he gets a red. I would not be surprised. VAR says, the referee says, it's not looking too great. Gordon, I have obviously with sound off, so I have to look what he does. Okay, give me a sec. Let me check. It stays a yellow. No, it's not. Yellow gets rescinded, and Gordon gets a red card. Peace out, nerd. Yeah, Gordon got a red card. Anyways, yeah, Liverpool are winning the game now. Let's go back to Hincapie. This is what he does. As you can see, he doesn't get injured a lot. If you look at Hincapie. 32 games, 26 games. Let's not forget Bundesliga plays 34 games a season. They play 34 games a season, hence why. As well, basically, they don't have like 38 or something like that. He played almost full season last year, played 26, 30, 27. He plays every single game almost bell to bell. And if we look at his injury history as well, just go away. Block. See, he doesn't have many injuries. Last time he was injured was literally 2 years ago. That was a foot injury. He missed 31 days. It was in summer. And he missed one game for Ecuador. That's about it. He had COVID and he had a muscle injury. So he's also very durable to some extent. So definitely that would be a smart signing if Arsenal went for him. He looks more reliable defensively as well. Now, one thing I want to check, because I have never been on this, so I want to see. All these stats nerds go on Y-Scout. I want to see what the Y-Scout is. Because I want to see what they say about Hincapie there. Y-Scout. Italian company specializing in football analytics. Yeah, I need this Y-Scout. Is there even a link or something for this place? Oh no, it's just an app by the looks of things. How can I not find Y-Scout? What is this? No information. Y-Scout Italian company. Do they have a website? I'm looking like a total moron right now because I cannot find Y-Scout's webpage. Anyone? Here we go. Yscout.com. Let me check this. World's biggest library of football video and data. You have to log in? Oh, for fuck's sake. This is looking like hell awful. Nah, screw that. I'm not logging in anywhere. Anyways, halftime, 0-0. 1-0 to Liverpool. I'm very sorry about that. But yeah, people, let's get back to the chat. I've missed quite a bit of you lot. I don't believe a word that there's a story that he called Arteta. It was a form of bullshit or AFC news. If anything, there's a chance I was all Berta reacting to. Maybe. I'm just sick and tired of talking about it. I can see it being true. I can see also Eze calling Arsenal being true because Arsenal have been talking for him for the longest time. Topsoba also is very decent. Topsoba was decent, but somehow Hincapie for the left side for Arsenal definitely would be better. Good thing we signed Eze too, because now that Saka is out, we need to have Madueke right wing and Eze left wing. I'm ready for Martinelli to leave. Martinelli is not leaving. From what I see, Martinelli most likely is going to stay at Arsenal. So we have to prepare for that as well. We also need to prepare for that as well. And to be honest, against Liverpool, he actually could be very useful on that left wing to some extent. Let's be real. Because with him tracking back defensively against Liverpool, it actually could work some wonders, at least trying to cover Mohamed Salah to help, I don't know, Calafiori, because he bumps up to forward all the time, or even Miles Lewis-Skelly. Subject to player exits. So Arsenal need to sell to try and get Hincapie. Yes and no. Arsenal don't need the money to sign Hincapie. Arsenal need to get rid of players because we don't have players, no open vacancies to register players. Our squad is full. Hence why also this sell to sign type of situation is happening. In this instance, it's not as much about actually we don't have the money. It's more about the fact that we don't have open room to register a player. Hence why maybe also moving away from that also makes a lot of sense in those terms. Hincapie, Tapsoba would be perfect backups to Gabriel and Saliba. that simple, that my dream for. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. Hence why I think if we sign Hincapie, I actually will not be against that. Yes, it's another defender. I get it. People are throwing their toys at the pram that it's another defender. However, Hincapie, I'm not against that. I would love for us to sign Hincapie just for the fact that we hijack another Spurs deal, let them cry more. Exactly. Imagine we sign Hincapie. Like 2 hijacks in one window in span of a few weeks. That actually would be nuts. I don't know. It doesn't feel like smart player replacement. Hincapie may be better than Kivior, but if the rumors are true, again, paying around 50, 60 million for another defender instead of a left wing. I get it. We need a left wing, definitely. But if we play Eze there, it kind of, I think that ship sailed when we signed Eze. Yes, there are links still with Rodrigo and all this crap, but I don't believe it. I literally don't believe it. Personally, to be honest, if you ask me, if we sell Kivior, Vieira, Nelson, and Zinchenko, those 4, for example, or even 3 of them, we have enough money to sign a left winger. So I'm not so sure Arsenal are going to move like that. But yeah, let's just put it that. Then again, there will be a deadline day loan from Chelsea. Don't be surprised. Not from Chelsea, please. 300 million with hopefully some sales. If we sign Hincapie, it does take care of our left back, left center back cover issues. Exactly. For me, the other thing is, Miles Lewis-Skelly, it looks like Arteta basically with Calafiori, he wants to play him as a left back, right? But he is subject to injuries. Calafiori has to cover 2 positions, left center back and a left back, which means that if something happens, we don't have even backups, right? Skelly cannot, for Arteta at least, only plays left back. He doesn't play in the 8 or 6, which means if we sell Kivior, we have nobody to back up Gabriel, nobody whatsoever. Especially if Calafiori is out. Looking at his injury history, it doesn't actually entice me whatsoever. So if we sign Hincapie, we are covered for left back and left center back once again. And he's better on the ball. Not sure about the first time passing, which Kivior has unlocked somehow, which is very interesting to think about. But we'll see. Also, regard the fact that we have put ourselves into the position that we must sign 7-8 players anyways. Yes, that is also true. Because after this window spending, we might be over 1 billion spent. Or at billion, basically. Let's not gloss over the fact that with the 750 million we have spent before, we are still in a position where we need 7-8 players to sign. Like, that is not something we should be also forgetting. With Partey, Jorginho, Tommy, etc. leaving, we left ourselves short. Sorry if no, you're not toxic. It's all understandable. It's all facts, to be honest. Because all of them went for free. Well, we terminated Tomiyasu's contract, but Jorginho went for free. Partey went for free. And all these players go for free, and we didn't have replacements. We have no backups. Red card has to be. Yes, it should have, and it was. Would sell Odegaard to fund left wing? Oh, yeah, I would 100%. If we sell Odegaard to fund left wing and we play, actually, for example, as in the 10, I'm all for it. Please, people, if you haven't already, like the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. That just shows how incompetent Edu was then, because Bertha is essentially correcting all the signings that came in with who are not good enough. Yeah. And the nuts part is Bertha also now has to deal with the issues of selling them, which is not looking too great from that point of view, is it? The luck is on my side. I thought about bringing him at noon, but I choose to wait and see him at the game. See. Which means next weekend, we don't have Gordon. People, you are screwed if you have him in your team to some extent. Yeah, forget about it. Yep, as predictable, Newcastle self-destruct, all huff and puff and Damas foul. Yeah. Yep. I'd rather get rid of some Deadwood and Martinelli before selling Odegaard. Martinelli doesn't do shit. Well, that's the nuts part. The one thing this manager praises is defense, right? And he also demands his attackers to defend. And unfortunately, Martinelli, from all the attackers we have, is the best at that. Plus, he's quick, he can cover ground, which again means that it's the prime player for Mikel Arteta on that left side. Personally, for me, if he was a right wing back or a left mid in 3 at the back or 5 at the back, I would be fine. But since he's our attacker, and his main task should be scoring goals, assisting, taking on defenders, creating chaos, basically scoring goals, no matter how you look at it, he just doesn't cut it. He just doesn't cut it anymore. Gordon gets a 3-game ban, so we'll miss the Arsenal match. Yes, No, wait. Liverpool. We play Liverpool next week. Then we play Forest. We play Newcastle at home. New Forest. We play City at home, and then we play Newcastle. He 3-match ban. The fourth game is Newcastle, Hendon. So he will be back for the game. He will be back for that game. 3-game ban. That's we play in 4 games, right? We play Liverpool, then we play Liverpool away, Forest at home, City at home, Newcastle away. Yes, so he will be available for Arsenal game. Damn it, Newcastle. Yep, they have screwed up lots of chances for many Arsenal fans. I'd sell Odegaard first when he plays Arsenal are effective playing 1-1 and less. To be honest, as soon as he came off against Leeds, we looked much, much better. I'm not going to lie. I would keep Gabriel Martinelli as the backup number 9, and that is another thing. Best position for him is the number 9. He was cooking there, and unfortunately he's not because he's not getting played there. Odegaard from the left wing, yeah. Why do they have to go for such stupid tackles anyways? How doesn't even strike me as a manager that deliberately instructs players to do this, or maybe he does. Well, I think it's a bit different story in those terms. Like, isn't also what's its face? Gordon a Liverpool fan or Everton? He came from Everton, so they might be that, right? But ultimately, yeah, like some of these tackles the players make, very inexcusable and very, very career-threatening. Let's just put it that way. Mind you, in the heat of the moment, when you were basically everything's racing and basically half a second or 10th of a second basically decides whether you're out for the rest of the season or you dodge a tackle, it's a bit, you have to also take that into context, as everyone loves context these days, doesn't it? And I'm also like that. I was on the pitch as well. I was very aggressive many times. And also I at times tend to play on the borderline between basically it will be phenomenal or I'm going to screw it all up. And sometimes, yeah, it's sometimes high risk, high reward, or you fail and you are in your big, big misery. Big up Eros, Peglo music in the building. No Benteke, Peglo in music in the building today. Peglo music. Hey, as I asked for Arteta's permission to join the club. Hey, sir, can I join your team? When Odegaard came off in the Leeds match, Arsenal played much better. Yes, facts. That is fact. 13 likes, people. If we can push it up to 20, I see you 20 in here. People like the stream, subscribe. Big up to you all for being here. Smash the likes as well. Subscribe if you're new. We are very, very close to 900 subscribers as well. Good evening. Another story from AFC News. It was told me, yes, yeah, I can see it. We can just give Zinchenko and Kivior for Hincapie. Does Ten Hag want Zinchenko and Kivior? That's the big thing. And isn't Kivior set for Porto potentially? Like, it's all up in the air in those terms. 100%. Big up Cooper. Big up Cooper. Hope you're doing well today, my guy. Man, I don't want Desi on the left unless it's some inverted role with Calafiori hugging the left line. I think he's going to be the left wing, isn't it? We kind of have to prepare ourselves for that. Personally, I don't want to see it, but if Odegaard plays and he's not dropping the so-called captain of Arsenal, the only place where he can play is the left wing, no matter how you look at it. Maybe against some teams he can play in the 8th. But overall, yeah, he's going to be the left wing, isn't he? Big up. Big up, Marlon. Big up, Marlon. Hope you're doing well. Odegaard doesn't know shit and completely slows our tempo on attack. Yeah, he completely slows us down, especially on counters. That is the most embarrassing thing to watch. By the way, Inter Milan are winning 3-0 against Torino. Bastoni, Thuram, and Lautaro Martinez have scored. Need to watch that game afterwards. True, like I said, Martinelli probably is our best left back since Miles Skelly is sometimes shaky at left back, and Calafiori is a wild horse galloping all over the fields, basically. And this is the reason why I can see Martinelli maybe even starting at Anfield, because that defensive work he puts in will definitely help Arsenal to defend against Mohamed Salah. Because Calafiori alone against Salah, that's going to be a nightmare. Skelly alone against Salah also is going to be a nightmare. So definitely there will be needed a backup help, basically. Big up, Marlon. 17 likes, people. Big up to you all. Send Odegaard to the Himalayas so he can become a Buddhist monk or what? Big up, Jackie. Big up, Jackie. Hope you're doing well. Forza Napoli. I see you, Cooper. I see you. Conte settings and all this stuff. I see you. Conte also is doing some great things there. First season, first trophy already, winning the league and all this stuff. So it's actually quite nuts if you come to think of it. Finally, the goat back on my FP. No idea who that is. Don't watch anime or whatever. Anyways. Fulham still want Nelson. Use him to get Anthony Robinson, please. I can see that as well, but they are not going to sell Robinson. And Fulham want a loan, don't they? They want a loan with obligation or option to buy, something like that. So basically that means, yeah, it's not going to happen that easily, isn't it? It's not going to be that easy, is it? Anyways, here is something very unique, which I didn't expect to see on my timeline today, but it is what it is. Let's go to, let's talk about some top gooners. Basically, this comes from AFTV, the king of set pieces. That's what they are calling this Arsenal, right? Goals from set pieces in the Premier League in last 3 seasons. Last 3 seasons, right? Premier League goals from set pieces. Arsenal, 33 goals from set pieces. The closest next team for set pieces is Liverpool with 20. Literally, 13 goal gap here. 13 goal gap between Arsenal and Liverpool, who are the second best in terms, actually, of the signings, which is kind of wild of the corners, if you ask me. Well, literally, it is actually kind of nuts, to say the least. Big up TK. Big up TK. Hope you're doing well today, my bro. Hope you got some Z's finally. 20 likes, big up people. Let's push it up. Let's push it up. So up Antoine Robinson, 30 mil done. Yeah, maybe. Big up. Here's TK's channel, people, by the way. Go subscribe to TK. Arsenal fan, also Galatasaray fan. Excited about Galatasaray battling Champions League once again, and Arsenal battling Premier League and Champions League once again. Not to mention the other trophies. So, hey. But if on serious note, go show him some love. Road to 200 subscribers for him is going strong. The PR is strong in this one. Well, 100%. Like 13 goal difference, dude. You cannot have no PR over this. 13 goals from set pieces. Come on, people. What are we doing here? 13 goals, you know. That is actually kind of wild if you ask me. 13 goal difference. And this is what Mikel Arteta always preaches in the media. Oh, there's always unexplored potential in every piece of the pitch. Hence, free kicks, set corners, and all this stuff. Ironically enough, we don't score direct free kicks. We usually cross free kicks, or we usually score from corners. Like Declan Rice, 2 goals from straight from free kicks. It took about a year and a half to score from the last one. Well, here we are first. Yeah, trophy for Arsenal, but is yours gold? What a trophy for Arsenal. Good left back option can cover us very good. Yeah, 100%. But if we are now saying this, that we should get, what's its face? Where was he? Robinson, right? What was the point in getting rid of Kieran Tierney then? Might as well then kept him, but hey, it's a bit different. We are Stoke City at this point, 100%. Where are we? We are Stoke City at this point. Where is this Arsenal? Where is this Arsenal thing for me? Oh, where was it? Give me a second. I'm gonna find this in a second. First game of the season, Arsenal was against United, and that was, is there sales? Trossard signs. Man, yeah, this is. Wait, let me. These ones, basically. This is what Arsenal are these days. Basically, isn't it? This is what we are these days, aren't we? Intros, Arsenal. Wait, give me a sec. I'm just sorting some stuff out. But yeah, this is what Arsenal are. Stoke City FC these days. Corners for the boys. You get a corner. Everybody gets a corner. 2-0 Liverpool. Who scored? Ekitike. Oh, of course. Ekitike scored. My FPL is kind of screwed. Gakpo assist. Gakpo has 2 assists today. Gravenberch and Ekitike have scored. 2 goals for New Liverpool. Nothing from Salah, nothing from Wirtz, of course. Tapas Pulis. Yeah. This one. Tapas Pulis. Here it is. Tapas Pulis and all this stuff. I'm crying in FPL, people. Well, I would trade Gabriel Martinelli for Ivan Toney in a heartbeat. Martinelli swap for Nusa. Nusa's injury history wasn't the greatest, if I'm not mistaken. Just showed them 22, 23 Nelly. Will they think he's good? Make a montage, basically. Ekitike is so easy. Exactly. I'm scared of that Anfield match. I am too. I'm not gonna lie. The nuts part is I'm more scared of the St. James game match at St. James Park than I'm for Anfield. I'm terrified from both, basically. But I'm somehow a bit more scared from the Newcastle away game than Liverpool away. I do have to say, United's last game, all set pieces. Yeah. This could end up being a bearing, potentially. Martinelli for Semenyo, no, that I would do. I would definitely do that. Then again, Semenyo left wing, it's a Marlon thing. It is what it is, people. It is what it is. Anyways, people. Anyone smoking these Arsenal copium packs and all this stuff these days? And is anyone digging? Where is it? Do an FPL live. I bet there are some good players here that can help. I will do it tomorrow. Everyone down tomorrow doing an FPL stream, like out and out FPL stream. I could genuinely maybe talk about 10-15 minutes about Arsenal, but after that, just talk about FPL and stuff. Everyone down for that? People, you down for FPL stream just to discuss some situations, some transfers, some trades, and all this stuff? Maybe you can teach me a thing or two, because this is the first year I'm doing this, so I need definitely some help. So maybe you can show me some stuff. I'm watching the rugby, and I kind of fancy our chances against the Anfield advantage and all. Yeah, but playing at Anfield, it's a bit different, isn't it? 13 years we haven't won there, and let's be real, it has been a very rough ride for us there. Yes, we have gone a few draws, but ultimately we haven't won there, and that is, for me, the nuts part. St. James might be a nightmare in injury department. At least Liverpool doesn't seem to be over physical. Yeah, Liverpool... I'm also kind of surprised that Virgil van Dijk avoided any serious injury from that Gordon tackle, because I think it was the same leg where he had the ACL. So I'm kind of surprised. I'm genuinely kind of surprised a bit on that. Semenyo, we would have to spend money. Bournemouth needed. Yeah, that is the biggest drawback in that. Sure, FPL don't know ish about it, but why not? Maybe some tips, some pointers for me as well. Oh, 100%. Let's grow and learn together. Yeah. Although, funnily, I do pretty well at the moment. Yeah, I do squat. Just do an FPL stream. Do you team after Thursday's Europa Conference matches if you favor any Palace players? No Palace players. I have Munoz in the team. He has screwed me over two games in a row, basically by getting an assist, then getting a yellow, then conceding a goal, conceding a penalty, and all this crap. I don't need this in my life. Praying that the time... I cannot speak. Praying that this time next year, Arteta, number 29, well, basically Havertz, Zinchenko, Jesus, Lokonga, Nelson, Hein are all gone. No loan, gone. Maybe, just maybe. I think I would get 3 new players. I'm thinking about 5 or 6. Seriously, I'm thinking about 5 or 6 new players, which is the nuts part. I'm thinking about that many players because my team is utterly and totally cooked. My team is cooked. I have 3 Palace players. Sarr did nice. Yeah, Sarr is the one you can have in your team because he is bound to do something. He's fast, he's quick, he gets in those positions where he can make something out of it. I put Munoz in because I was hoping that they would stay somewhat solid defensively, and Munoz would do something for me with the crosses because he got some assists and everything. He did that, but then he again gets a yellow, and defenders are very subject to yellows, especially wing backs, which is costing me big time. Same goes for the Kuiper. From Brighton. That for me as well is something I don't want to have, like seriously, but for me. So yeah, I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Genuinely don't know at this stage anymore. People, smoking some copium at this stage. We are smoking some copium, 100%. See, at least Eros is having fun on the stream. Not gonna lie, at least Eros is having fun on the stream. This is what it is, people. It is what it is. But yeah, there is something I wanted to talk about. Since we have this image, right? Where is it? Let's do this. Oh, yeah, enter stage. See, we have this image, right? So we need to talk about this. Since we talk we talk about copium, right? So let's do some copium here. Rodrigo instructed agents. Obviously, we know Rodrigo. Copium and hopium settings, right? For me, it's 0.5%. We are getting him 0.5, and the rest of 99.5 is hopium and copium, just like the image showed. But yeah, Rodrigo instructed agents, Pini Zahavi and Kaya Yura, whatever that name says, to explore a new destination for him this summer. But the clubs that expressed interest were left with impression that the player was not fully convinced about leaving Real Madrid. And I kind of get it. I don't get the reason. If you are seeking your way away from the club, but people get the inkling that you don't want to leave, like that is some weird type of shit going on there. Why are you doing that even? Just tell you want to leave and go, or just say you're happy to sit on the bench and stay. Obviously, he wants to secure the bag. He wants to do all that stuff. But for me, the Rodrigo train has sailed. I'm completely don't give a damn. We are not getting him. For me, we are not getting him. Richard is a better option if you want the Palace defender. Yeah, Richard is better option. Richards or whatever his name is, he is a better option. Gehi is the one you could try going for, but he gives away fouls. He's subject to the transfer still, and he tends to get injured at times. So that is another big worry. Richard is the one that you should be going after at any point. You either get Sar, maybe Matsetsa if you want to push your luck, and then you get basically Richard. Maybe you could go for Kamada, but Kamada is not starting every single game. One player, though, I'm quite interested in, and I could be going after, is Jack Grealish from Everton. Because, yes, he has played there one game. He has had 2 assists. I'm not talking about the hype. I'm more talking about the fact that he's going to be consistent star there. He doesn't get injured too often, let's be real, and he's going to provide for them. Definitely he's going to provide for them. So I'm kind of in that boat where I'm actually quite interested and kind of thinking about this situation going forwards in potential signing of Jack Grealish to the FPL, because he's definitely going to be one of those that we definitely need to keep an eye on, at least in my opinion. At least that's how I see it. I once tried to act as a positive artist in one chat, got cooked, well done, and felt like an NPC from Matrix. So now, if you go in the right stream and say all the happy clapper stuff, you're going to be accepted with open arms. People will at you and say you're the best thing since sliced bread, I love you, and all this stuff. You want me paint your walls, paint a unicorn on your ceiling with Mikel Arteta's head and all this stuff. You're going to see it all. But if you go in the wrong stream, yeah, you're going to get cooked. Yeah, 4.5 for Richards is very cheap. Good relations with Crystal Palace, yeah. Yeah, I'm changing Mitoma for Grealish. I am thinking about Grealish quite heavily. Pause. Genuine pause. But in terms of FPL. I know we won't be getting him, but I would be so happy if we signed Rodrigo, even on loan, with hopefully a buy option. But that is pipe dream. Yeah, that's basically one of those hopeful dream copium scenarios. But I don't see it happening personally, unfortunately. That for me is the biggest thing. Look at the teams that play West Ham. Look at the teams that play West Ham. Yeah, West Ham is gonna get barred this season like no tomorrow by the looks of things. They're not looking that great. They technically, the nuts part about West Ham, which is gonna probably put people off. West Ham actually has a very decent squad. They have decent squad. Yes, they need maybe 2-3 players, like a wing back, a striker, and another midfielder, right? But if they get those signings, they actually have a very decent squad. They definitely have like 12th to 10th place squad, 100%. It's just they are shit. I don't know, it's the manager, the players don't want to play, or they just don't like West Ham as a club or something. I don't know. But the team that West Ham actually has is a very decent team. But somehow they have never managed to click. That one season when Moyes got them clicked, got them in Europe and all this stuff, fantastic. But overall, it has never worked long term, which is a bit of a mystery to me, if you ask. Jack Guinness, yeah, a great shout. Yeah, 100%. Newcastle goal. Hey. Who scored? Let me check. I'm sorry, people. Stream gets paused for a second. Nice cross by Livramento. Joelinton, and is it Joelinton? It is Joel. No, it's Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes. Stop celebrating, you prick. Put the ball in the middle of the pitch so you can play. Still half an hour to go. What a moron. Come on, play. Come on, Newcastle. In my opinion, Parr is getting sacked. Oh, 100%. I think he might be the first manager to get the sack. Maybe Nottingham Forest, man, Nuno could get sacked from Forest quicker, potentially given their relationship with Edu and all that crap. But yeah, Nuno or Potter might be the first ones to get the sack. He didn't show improvement with some decent players, yeah. But they have to get Parr out. That is the only thing. Ownership of West Ham, yeah, that is one big thing. Ownership of West Ham is total nuts or crap. Yeah, that is 100% true. Penny pinching bastards. Dude, you could say that about Cronkies as well. Same thing though. 21 likes, big up people. 21 likes. Much love with Newcastle Liverpool game going on. 21 likes. I'm actually super excited. And thank you for sparing time and being here, by the way, people. Whilst a very big game, to be honest, is going on. Yes, Livramento, nice. West Ham still won us. Yeah, they still have beaten us 2 years in a row at home. And we played them at home. After Newcastle. It's the 7th game week. In the 7th game week, after the Newcastle game away, we play West Ham at home. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, people, I just say so much for everything since we mean. Yeah, big up to you. Big up to you, AJ. Big up to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being the mod. Thank you for putting links and modding the chat. Thank you for support, for talks, for banter, for everything. Big up to you. I hear about, but we have a yacht. Yeah, at the moment, yes, but like, you know, it's Arsenal. Keith Andrews, I think, will be the first to go. Keith Andrews, who is that? Is that the Sunderland manager? No, Brentford manager. Sorry, think Brentford gonna sack their manager? You think Brentford are going to? Who are they gonna get in place? Serious talk. Who would Brentford get in the place? We've been getting spanked by West Ham at home for the last 2 years. Yeah, it's not looking great, isn't it? Is it? It's not looking too great in those terms, 100%. But yeah, people, look at this mess. Look at this mess. I have 46 points at the moment. And this is what I have in my FPL at the moment. Brentford won at Big Ange. I read also that if Nottingham Forest sack Nuno Espirito Santo, right, they want either Jose Mourinho or Big Ange as the manager. I read both of them. He was their set piece coach. Well, Brentford manager got the win over Villa at the weekend. Yeah, didn't they? Yeah, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Where is it? Yeah, Brentford won 1-0 against Villa. They did that. It still shows 2-0. What the hell is FPL doing here? Saves 1-1. Bonus point system. Gravenberch is on 30 points. Ekitike on 30. Gakpo on 26. Becker is on 10. Goalkeeper is on more points. Joelinton, Elanga, Tonali, Barnes. Defensive contributions. Burn 10. Oh, it's not points. It's just the bonus point system. Joelinton, Schär, Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, Gordon, Gakpo, Szoboszlai, Kerkez, Gravenberch, Virgil, Wirtz. Like, it's actually nuts. Look at this. Wirtz is on 1 point and Salah is on 1 point. Like, my FPL is just flying, to say the least. And don't forget Bournemouth and Fulham too, and we barely can. We'll see. Big Ange. Relegation is going to be as a tight race this season. West Ham, Wolves, Burnley, Sunderland, Leeds, Everton, and Brentford, all in my opinion. Everton is the one I actually would give the benefit of the doubt of all of those teams. Like, seriously, I would give Everton the benefit of the doubt that they actually could be they would have actually potential to be mid-table, like proper mid-table, like 14th or something like that. But overall, Everton is one of those teams that doesn't put it easy. Wait, it's EFL Cup? EFL Cup second round on Wednesday. Any big games in EFL Cup on Wednesday? People. I think this week will end with, oh, damn, that's nice. That's fantastic. Good for you. Good for you. Any big games in Carabao Cup this Wednesday? Because I would love to watch some Carabao Cup games as well. So tomorrow, wow, tomorrow Wolves play against West Ham. Bournemouth play against Brentford. Those are some... Wait, let me share the screen. Let me share the screen, people. Because this Carabao Cup actually has some nice games. Carabao Cup actually has some very nice games, if you ask me. Seriously. I think Everton play Mansfield in the League Cup. Yes, they do. Yes, Everton play Mansfield. United looked dusty against yesterday. Yes, Emil Smith-Rowe scored the equalizing goal as well. You'll love to see it. The Arsenal B team doing work. Our goal made from Highland. Yeah, Nelson will probably go there because of that. Potentially, like basically Fulham to Arsenal is what Arsenal are to Chelsea. Basically, that's what it is. But yeah, some big games. Reading versus Wimbledon actually would be interesting. But for me personally, see Premier League clash, Wolves versus West Ham, Birmingham versus Port Vale. This badge looks weird. Bournemouth versus Brentford. That actually could be a very nice game. That actually would be a very nice game, personally. Bournemouth versus Brentford. I would love to watch it. Is it tomorrow on TV? Let me check. I want to check this. I'm going to do this now. Obviously, I'm not going to share it, but tomorrow, right? It's tomorrow. Obviously, tomorrow is also Champions League. Premier League, Champions League. Will there should be some Carabao Cup games and all this stuff, right? I'm gonna check it tomorrow because that hasn't updated yet. Big up, Sean. Big up. Have a nice evening, Sean. Have a nice evening. Grimsby Town versus United, dude. If United lose that game, oh my god. Millwall versus Coventry, Norwich versus Southampton. These are like championship games. Preston versus Wrexham. Sheffield Wednesday versus Leeds. Not gonna lie, this game, Sheffield versus Leeds, right? It has a potential of Leeds losing the game. I'm not gonna lie. Oxford versus Brighton, and of course, lol. On Wednesday evening, 10 p.m., Grimsby Town versus Manchester United. Holy Moses. Can you imagine the scenes if United lose the game? Can you imagine the scenes if United lose the game? That actually would be quite legendary. And I'm not going to lie, I'm watching this Newcastle-Liverpool game, right? Newcastle are actually on one. They're actually doing it. They're going for it hard. They actually might get the draw out of this game. My money is on Bring Grimsby Town. I wouldn't blame you. What are the odds on that game? Just curious. What are the odds on that game? $16-1. Grimsby Town to win the game. 16-1. Holy moly. That's a nice payout if actually Grimsby get a score out of that. Rasta stocks probably would be annoyed if with that, but yeah. EFL Cup. Grimsby Town versus United. Yeah. No, it's 11-1, but hey, like that's actually quite tempting. Like if you have like a tenner lying around, you put it on Grimsby Town. If they win, you get 160. That's actually not too bad. If West Ham lose to Wolves, I can see Poor getting pot. Yeah. It might be the one of the final straws, if not the. It might be the penultimate or the final straw for West Ham. Definitely. I think I would not use the wild card, but I will bring some players. Maybe minus 8 points. That's 2 players more, so that you're gonna make 3 subs. Beggy, you're gonna make 3 subs because 1 is for free and 2 are each other sub is 4 points. That means you're gonna make 3 subs. The ref cams they are weird, very weird. Like they need to figure out how to do it. They need to figure out how to do it properly, because the some shots they are taking, it's actually kind of nuts. Imagine the fallout of Manchester United meltdown if they don't go through. Holy crap, definitely. That actually would be nuts. If Grimsby Town beat Manchester United in Carabao Cup round 2, mind you, holy moly. What are you doing? Why is Eros laughing? Is he tickling himself or something? Holy crap. Yeah, like the new striker Saka out and a new center back. I get it, because wait, let's go in my FPL, right? For me to make any subs, right? Let's see. I have 48 points. Wow, Salah and Wirtz on 2 points. I'm bowling, boys. Basically, right? I need to take out Munoz, the Kuiper. That's 2. Palmer, that's 3. I want to take out Delap, that's 4. I need to take out Dendocker, that's 5, because he's in Spain. And I want to take out also Bruno Fernandes, and I want to take out either Wirtz. So that's 7 or 8 subs I need to make. Hence why I kind of need to use the wild card. I don't know why I rated Kirkes. He looks so weak, weirdly. At Bournemouth, he looked better. I'm not going to lie. At Bournemouth, he looked better. That I'm going to say. Obviously, it's a new season, new team, new system, and all this crap, as people like to push out. Not proven by some weird miracle. They're not saying that. But yeah, he looks worse. Let's just put it that way. I'm on 48 points. Can I get this to like 60 or 70? It would be nice. Come on, Salah. I would love to see Salah score from Wirtz's assist or something like that. That would be quite nice. But yeah, I need to change basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. I need to change 7 players in the FPL. I need to change 7 players. What y'all talking about? He just went to Liverpool, a bigger club, and tougher challenge, and the opposition is the same. Bruno, I would take next week. He has Burnley. Sorry. You think I should leave Bruno in the team just because they play Burnley next? What are the games next weekend? Chelsea play Fulham at home, early kickoff. Take 2 hours of the game time because it is adjusted to my time. I'm plus 2 hours, people, by the way. I went with De Ligt, Livramento, and Porro in defense. I'm thinking about Livramento or Porro. I'm thinking about putting Kudus in the team, but I'm not so sure. It's Spurs and all this stuff. You know, being Spursy, not the best of things to do. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, so we're going to do this tomorrow, obviously. I'm just having a quick look. Chelsea, Fulham, United at home against Burnley. I can see that. I'm thinking about Grealish against Wolves. I'm definitely. I will put Chris Wood at striker. 100%. I'm putting Chris Wood at striker, especially against West Ham. And this Villa Palace game is very intriguing. I wouldn't mind putting up one of the players, but Villa are struggling. Even last season, when the season began, Villa went like 1-6, 1-4, 1-5, and then all of a sudden they went 8 games unbeaten. So Villa is a very weird team that has a very rough start at times. So we'll see. I went with Van Dijk, Gabriel, right back, and Samuel Hato left back. So you went in 4-4-2? Where are you streaming from? Well, Latvia? I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. We're gonna do an FPL stream. I need some experienced FPL people in the chat tomorrow. Do we have a deal? Will you help me build a better squad? Because I'm about to use my wild card and I'm going to change my team. About 6-7 subs that if I do it without the wild card, it would cost me what? 28 points. And I'm not going to take that risk. Newcastle might even snub something. Yeah, the way Newcastle play with 10 men, to some extent, it looks like they play better without Gordon up top. Obviously, they have to defend for their lives, but when they go and they push kind of Liverpool and they back down, they look like they might score, actually. Tougher goal for Liverpool will be now. Yeah, if Liverpool score the third, it's done and dusted. However, there are still 20 minutes plus, 18 minutes plus added time. I think Newcastle could nick this if they actually do it properly, if they manage it. I'll be there for FPL stream. Big up, Henda. Big up, Henda. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So FPL stream tomorrow. Right, people? We're going to do about 10-15 minutes in the beginning of the stream. We're going to talk about Arsenal. And then rest the stream for about 40 to 50 minutes. Well, to be honest, if it's 15 minutes in the beginning, about 50, 60 minutes for the rest of the stream, we got to talk FPL 100%. Give me a Salah goal from Kerke's, from Vert's assist or something like that. Give me a longer goal and I'm good. I get it, Beggy. I get it. But yeah, people, since the game is still going on, I want to watch the end of it. Nothing more to talk about, at least for now. I'm going to end today's stream here. Big up to you all. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you haven't already, like the stream and subscribe if you're new. Wait, Rob, I'm not flexing. Well, maybe I am, but I am a little. But 28 points. I got 90. I don't have 28 points. I have 48. I have 48 points. If I would make my changes in the team without a wild card, it would cost me 28 or 32 points. That's what I'm saying. Hence why I'm going to use the wild card and I'm going to reset to some extent. Obviously, want to keep the other one for the Boxing Day. Yeah, all good, all good. I'm on 48 points. Like, Gyökeres got me alone like 24 or 26 points, something like that. I just need Salah and Verts to do something because they have pissed me off big time. But yeah, people, as I said, for today, I'm going to be signing off. Thank you guys so much for being here. See you all tomorrow for the FPL stream. Let's talk FPL. Let's rebuild my squad. We can share opinions. We can share players around. Pause. Not like Arsenal and Mikel Arteta suggests and all this stuff. And we're going to try and make the best of what we have. But for today, I am out. Enjoy the game. Enjoy your day tomorrow. And see you very, very soon. And by the way, don't forget to check out my TikTok at Latvian Gunner and also a YouTube short I posted today. Peace.